In this video, we're going to take a look at the new STAR 2.0 question type, the text entry question type. Now, this question type is replacing the griddable items that were on the previous STAR. So we saw those in math and in the science content area test. But now the new description of this test type says that students will respond by typing a brief string of text, such as a number, word, or a phrase. So that is definitely different than the numeric griddable responses that we've seen in the past. And this new question type is going to be on all levels of math for RLA, so we would expect that probably be those text responses, 6 through 8, and science at the 8th grade level. So we're going to look at two different options inside of Canvas that can help us to reproduce and practice this question type with students. In Canvas, you'll want to start a new quiz, and we're going to start by adding a question type, the fill in the blank question type. And to create this question, it's really simple. We just type it out and we add those backticks before and after the text or the string of text that we want to have in the answer choice. The default for the text match is going to be contains. So somewhere in the answer response, the red will be in the answer response. For example, it should work if the students were to retype roses are red. So if they typed roses are red for their answer response because it contained the word red, it would be acceptable. Also, that's going to help with making sure that it's not counting off for capitalization if that's not important. The next option, or one of the other options, is going to be close enough. Now, I am not familiar with the Levenshtein distance, so it's setting up the amount, how close it is to being correct. So you might want to research that if that's something you're interested in. I'm not sure that would totally align to the way the STAR is going to grade it. I'm not sure. The next is exact match. Now, exact match would be number one, spelling. So you can check for spelling. Also, capitalization would count. So kids would have to make sure that if it is a word that needed to be capitalized, or it starts with a capital letter and the rest is lowercase, that sort of thing. All of that would have to be exactly correct for the exact match. And then specify correct answers. This would be when there are multiple correct answers that could be possible. So if in that blank, roses are red, if I also had other additional correct answers, in this case, I could say capital R, red would be okay. I could say RED would be correct. I could give all the variations to cover all the bases for students on that one. The final one, regular expression match, that is not recommended and at our level. So that would be more, that's something that is there for the college level. Okay, so once I have my question type or my question all set, remember I'm going to make sure that I have everything filled out, and then I click done. And I can go into preview to see that. Students are going to type that answer in, and we can look back over at our examples on this document and see that that's a pretty close match to what students will have to do on the STAR test. The other option that we have inside of Canvas, in addition to text entry, is going to be the numerical response. And so if the question is a numeric response is going to be the answer, we could use this option. And then I'm going to say, again, exact response is going to be exactly just the answer, okay? I can allow a margin of error, and I can see that that can be set up as absolute or percent. I can say that it's going to be within a range, or I can say the precise response. So I have some different options there when I am setting that question type up. It is defaulting to exact response. It's probably a good place to start with students to get them working really carefully when they're entering those answers. And when I finish entering all parts of the question, I click done. And then when I go into preview, you can see that it gives me that box, so solve 2 plus 2, and I'm going to type in the answer response 4. Again, that's going to replace those griddable question types that we had on the previous STAR test. So those are the 2 text entry options that will match up to the STAR text entry question type on the new STAR 2.0. Reach out to your ITS if you need any additional support.